Let's now get to a game with Albion against two factions that I don't know which two they're going to be, and I also don't know what playmats any of us are going to have. And we're going to show some Albion abilities, their specific mechs, and some pros and cons to where they start on the map. So here we go. Alright, I'll be Albion Agricultural against RusCrim and Nordic. Let's see what their player mats are here. Alright, so that's me, Albion Agricultural. Nordic is Militant, and RusCrim Engineering. Okay. RusCrim Engineering is pretty good. Nordic Militant, it's not one of their better ones. Albion Agricultural, this is going to take some creativity for sure. Alright. Okay. Now, one of the opportunities that I have, oh, you know what? Let's talk about this. So, Nordic has a really interesting problem in that both RusCrim and Albion are in the game. Why do I say that? Well, because Nordic's special ability is taking their workers across rivers, and a lot of times the strategy is either to get this worker to the village, and then this worker either to this mountain or this farm. The other option is to take this worker to this village, and then this worker to this mountain is another good option. When Nordic is in the game with both Albion and RusCrim, it's not like it's impossible for them to win, but they're in a pretty rough situation there. Right. For the purposes of what I'm trying to do, however, I'm actually going to just leave them alone entirely. I'm going to get myself prepared to get a mech. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not moving this worker here, and then either the character here or this worker there. Alright, so they did in fact move that worker over. Okay. Alright, now let's move. Now you're going to see here, they're offering me the opportunity to place a flag. The way that flags work for Albion is for endgame scoring. If you have a character, a worker, a mech, or a structure on a territory that you have a flag, that actually acts as basically a bonus in counting territories at the end of the game. So it's like having 2 instead of only 1 on that territory. However, it needs to be not one of the adjacent territories. So it wouldn't even serve much of a purpose on putting the flag there. But the other reason why flags are important is one of the mech's abilities, if you look at the bottom, is called Rally. You can move to any territory where you have a worker or a flag token. So it could be beneficial to put the flag there, but for endgame scoring it wouldn't be. So I'm not going to place a flag there right now. I'm just going to end the turn. This turn, I'm going to trade for 2 metal. And in fact, I'm going to deploy Rally, where this worker is. And this is an interesting choice here. If I wanted to give up 2 popularity and go here, that would give me 2 metal and it would give me an encounter. So what I'm going to do is take that option, taking my popularity down to, I'll place a flag, I'll pick up 2 metal and an encounter. Alright, I do like the idea of gaining a worker, any 2 resources, and since I'm moving, let's make those 2 resources oil. Don't forget to place the flag. I'm going to increase move and decrease the cost for deployments. Right. Next turn, let's load up on metal. And place shield here. So shield, before combat where you defend, gain 2 power. That is Albion gaining 2 power, which, let's say that let's say you have something like 5 power and somebody comes to attack you. That means that before that battle, your power goes from 5 up to 7. And that's important because 7 power is the most that you can bring with you to any combat, so that could be very beneficial. It could also be an interesting way to help you towards the power star if you keep getting attacked. Your power keeps raising too. Now you're using power in combats, but let's say that you're high on the power track and you get that option of gaining 2 power. That can move you in the right direction towards the power star. End turn. Okay, now we're in an interesting situation here. I'm about to get a factory card, and I will show you how that's done here. And we're going to remember to place a flag on the factory at the end of this turn. So the mech will pick up the worker. Move here. The worker is now going to go here, and since I have rally, I can move the character all the way to where a worker is. Okay. So again, there are 3 players in the game. That means that there are, at the start of the game, 4 factory cards to choose from. I think the one that I like to go with is actually the one on the far left. So it is giving up 2 coins, but it's giving a popularity and a structure. Pay 2 coins, gain a structure and a popularity. Let's choose that one. Don't forget to place the flag. There we go. Now, assuming that RusViet is probably going to, at some point in the game, use their township and speed in order to get to the factory, let's just assume that that's going to be the case. I think what I'll do right now is get my character not only off the factory, but to an encounter, using the factory card that I just gained. Let's add the armory here. And again, with the factory card move ability, which I explained in the previous video, I'm able to move 2 territories. And we're also going to remember to place a, let's go here. We're going to be able to place a flag on this spot. So here we go. Because I have rally, I can make my first movement a straight shot there. I can place a flag, but I won't because it's adjacent to the home base. But then I will go here. Pick up the encounter, and let's gain 2 coins and 1 popularity. And here, I will remember to place a flag. And end the turn. All right, now let's do some movement. Get the worker to the mech. The mech picks up. Let's do this. Let's get the character here first. Because I have rally, he was able to do a straight shot to that spot where the worker is. And then now, let's take the mech and that worker back here. Now we're going to activate the factory card again. Only this time we're going to put the mill right there. Now what can I do with my character if I wanted to move him? There's a few interesting options. I could go here and make it an easier path to this encounter if I wanted to. Let's do that. Alright, so now let's produce. Now on this next turn, we're going to get our 3rd mech, giving up these 3 metal. Let's choose, I don't see myself initiating the combat really anytime soon, so let's grab Burrow and put Burrow in this spot. What we're going to do is produce again. In this turn, we will get our final. Let's see here, what is it saying? Ah, I don't have any coins. Right, okay. Interesting option to move. And what we're going to do is pick him up. We already have a metal that we need to get our last mech. And there we go. Okay. Let's gain 2 coins and a popularity. Now I've already placed all 4 flags, so I don't have a 4th flag to place there. I have 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, and 1 there. All right, let them do their turn, and then I'm going to end this video, and part 2 will be the second half of this game.